Hello, heroes. Welcome to Kvell. I'm Jamar, and I'm the spiritual director here at Kvell. And I'm excited to share some experiences with you, ways of improving the quality of your life. And today we're going to talk about the tool that's most readily available, and that's going to be your breath. It's the most powerful tool for transformation. And so we're going to talk specifically about diaphragmatic breathing. And so to breathe with your diaphragm is to employ this muscle that lives just south of the rib cage. And when you breathe with your diaphragm, you'll notice that your belly is going in and out. So if you were to put your hands on your belly and breathe normally, if it moves, you're a diaphragmatic breather. And it's nice to have that resolved. For those whose belly didn't move, you're a chest breather. Now, chest breathers primarily move the breath up into this part of their body. And they're not using the muscle that's attached to these lower 6 ribs. They're using their chest muscles, their pectorals, their intercostals, their lats, and sometimes their jaw, and even their buttocks or back will all help in the moving of the lungs. That's not really the way the body's meant to breathe. It's meant to breathe naturally with your diaphragm. Now, your diaphragm's job, it's a muscle that lives right up here into the lungs, and its job when you employ it is to pull the lungs right down into the abdominal cavity. And the diaphragm is a bit of a bully, so when it moves down into the belly, all the organs get out of the way. This is a good thing, because that movement of the diaphragm helps with everything that happens in this part of the body, the engine of the body, if you will. That includes digestion, elimination, and even reproduction. All of those benefit from that pumping action of the diaphragm. And in addition to that, when you're a chest breather, the life force automatically moves up into this part of your body. So the benefit for those of you that are chest breathers is the heart and the lungs and even the breast benefit from the movement of that life force or energy into this part. Now, what we want to do is we want to expand the capacity of your breathing. Most of us only utilize a small percentage of our lungs, on average 20 and sometimes 25%. So there's a lot of room for expansion. If you just breathe into the part that you're currently not, you double, triple, and sometimes quadruple your oxygen intake. So that's what we're after, increasing your oxygen. We don't want your body to have to decide who's the lucky organ of the day to get the oxygen that's coming in. Your brain is a big consumer. As you sit and watch this video, that's the organ that's using the most of the oxygen that you're introducing into your system. So we want to send more oxygen. Most of our crises are energy crises, and the primary way that the body produces energy is through the introduction of oxygen into the system. So more oxygen, bigger breath, more energy, and then there's an ease of moving through some of the challenges that come up for us, health, mental, spiritual even, and otherwise. Our current breath pattern is a reflection of how you do you in life. The areas that you breathe into your body, chest and or belly, tell me something about how you're doing yourself in life. Those of you that are belly breathers are more grounded, more in your body, have a better relationship with your physical self. And there's more information from the body that's available to you. That's a good thing. Those of you that are chest breathers, there are benefits for that as well. You usually have a richer emotional life, more connection, as you might imagine, with what goes on in here, with love and an emotional integration. So what we want to benefit from is the integration of both of those parts. So we've currently adapted our breath pattern to reflect how you think life should work or how you should do your life. And as we begin to introduce into your body a fuller breath, you have a fuller life. An open and flowing breath generally, ultimately results in an open and flowing life. So we want to practice taking a few diaphragmatic breaths together. So put your hands on your belly, and it's not a pushing out of your belly, but it's actually a drawing down of that muscle. And if you haven't been using that muscle, that may feel a little unusual, trying to get the hang of it. How deep can I breathe? As more flexibility is introduced into the diaphragm, you'll be able to breathe deeper and deeper down into your body cavity, drawing the lungs even further down. Now our exhale happens through just letting go. So we want to expand the potential of your breath. So let's just take a couple of breaths in together. Hopefully, there's been some movement with your belly and then into your chest. We want that breath to come into the belly and then move right up into your chest in a wave. Now, you can't really breathe into your belly, but your diaphragm can pull the lungs down into the belly, and that's its sole job, That's why we have a diaphragm. It supports the movement of breath. So how does a full diaphragmatic breath support us in life? How does that support us on that hero's journey? Because life is continuing to happen to us all the time. And often what we end up doing when something is stressful, or it's new, or we're worried, is we'll hold the breath. We try to actually freeze the moment by controlling our breath. Actually, what your body needs most in that moment is the movement of the breath. To take a breath in, to breathe some life force into the system, into the experience of what's happening. So one of the keys to living a full and present life, to being actually in the present, is to be able to take a full breath. You can stop anytime over the course of the day, and often. Every time your cell phone rings, you can stop and take a deep breath. Every time you hear a car bell or horn, something stimulus, something that you work out with yourself, so that there's a little prompting, oh, now I can stop and remember, and I can take a full breath. As you begin to breathe fully, you'll feel a greater sense of ease and calm. There's a grounding effect that happens as an automatic result of being in your body. And nothing is more loving than a healing breath, self-care, some acknowledgement of letting go of what's not yours. The body primarily detoxes with your exhale, so we want to let that go too. So thank you for spending a few minutes with me today. And remember, a hero is courage, and a hero is you.